I've had an unbelievably fortunate life in that I've never had to do something I didn't want to do. I had to earn a living, of course, but it just seemed to me that if you said yes to opportunity that came along, and if the opportunities were genuine opportunities, then you kind of managed, really. Things. I mean, most normal people would go to bed with a book and a cup of tea, but you go to bed with a plank and a lump of clay.
I did.
Yes, you
I
did.
just couldn't stop.
You did.
Bloody homework got in the way as a secondary school. That was a nuisance. I'd throw the homework off and then grab some clay and roll it on the bed, not the bed sheets, on a board.
Yeah, yeah.
And I just called it until I fell asleep.
Well, that's right. I remember you doing that at West Street.
Yeah, and I remember saying to Kid, how do you get money for films, Kid? How do you get money for films? He said, I tell you one day, I tell you. Never told me.
It was all a picture. Everything was momentous. Every moment, always was. And it just sort of comes through. The glory of it all, I don't know how you put it into words, you know. But it's all mystery too. And so that was it. It's the mystery. You're in it. You have to discover it. You have to discover yourself in it. Give it reason. And if you don't give it reason, there's no reason for you to be here. I mean, life needs consciousness.
I mean, in my life, I've met different hopeful people with little islands of hope, whatever it is, you know. And you only need to be moved by a great play or a great film to re-feel life's vitality. You know.
But when I stood up in the church, it was like something came down. No, I'm not a religious person. I don't ascribe that to God or a deity. But I don't really have an explanation for it beyond perhaps some sense of who my father was sort of declaring itself in me.
We crossed Cook Strait, and at the mouth of the Tory Channel, something gelled, the sea breaking onto the land, and that amazing entrance, just something gelled. That's when Archipelago came about. That long poem came about at that point in time. It was 1972. I didn't finish
It's a long gestation.
Until 1991.
Yeah.
But the other thing that came about was hell. You know, this is worth holding on to.
I'm also like I've got so much to do. I feel like I've got my work to do. I'm willfully employed by myself. And I find out things, you find out, Hammy said years ago, you find out as you go, you learn something every day. Yeah. And that's what you do in the hills as well. Like you learn something, you learn something every day if you're open to being a pupil, you know?
That's right.
There is no kind of, like, I think to be a pupil of the universe.
That's it.